How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Monday, yay!
Woo-hoo.
Oh, there's Sebastian.
Hey, morning.
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 All right. Happy Monday, everybody. Just wanted to thank Scotty. I know he covered for almost everybody at the end of last week. I appreciate you holding down the fort here. Everybody was kind of out in the office and in a little bit, but Scotty stayed through, so I just wanted to let you know I appreciate you covering for all of us. All right. It looks like, hey, Rebecca and Scotty, thanks last night for getting that. Looks like you got that media figured out or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you.
Wrong Rebecca, size or something, or?
Did you look at both products?
Yes.
Okay.
But the other one had an older media.
Oh, so it's fine. Yeah. Sorry about that. We were sort of guessing, so. Educated guessing, obviously.
But wrong.
Yeah.
I just updated the size.
Chuck and I were muddling through it.
Well, thanks for trying, and Rebecca, thanks for helping out with that last night, and Scotty for fixing those reprocessors and all that.
Kind of a surprise for last week, that's for sure.
Yeah, it came in late on. Was it Wednesday? Late on Wednesday night that it came in, and and it was like, yeah. Anyways, thanks everybody for coming together and getting that done. I know that's always hard to pull those together right at the last minute. We're trying to figure it out and then get it right, and then you have to wait till Sunday for them to actually run it to find out if there was anything wrong with it.
Sure.
All right, well, let's get started. Let's run through stand-up, and then we'll look at our list, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, I was working in a couple of stories. One of them was the bug shelving fails after updating items quantities manually. I was trying to reproduce the issue. I couldn't yet, but while I am still analyzing the code, there is some not clear path in some scenarios that I need to figure out. Maybe I will need to double check with Chuck before continuing with this. After that, I started working or maybe it's better said, resume the story for Scotty, move Cloud Cleaner wholesale to the central shipping client process shipment. And now I am working on that.
Did that make more sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If I have any question or concern, I will come to you. But for now, I think we can finish this story. Well, that's pretty much my status so far.
Okay. Well, for me, it was more pull request reviews and continue working with that. About Rebecca, that Ivory book that we need to switch the move the barcode to the front end, to the front cover. Do you want me to just change the configuration there? Walk you through? I don't know exactly. We should be able to do that by the settings already. So we can look at that after if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's it for me. then I would like to also spend some time with those other things that Dan posted. 3 different plans. Haven't took a look at those at all, but yeah, maybe I would like to spend some time reading through those cloud chat and see what's the idea behind that. But yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound urgent. That is not a story or a prerequisite or anything. So that's it for me.
Okay.
Sorry. And by
Yeah.
the way, Chad, while you were off, so now all the changes are ready for the stat boards changes.
Mhm.
So yeah, maybe that's something we can prioritize deploying.
So say that is that for the shipping and packaging stats? Is that what they're for, or?
No, mainly what Dan pointed out about the font size.
Oh,
in-
yeah. Okay,
And
sorry.
it's also including colors normalizations, a lot of UI,
Oh, the
things
stuff that
that
Tara.
Tara-
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
but yeah, around the same perfect Python stat boards.
Okay. Perfect. So that's in a PR that you just put out. Is that what you're saying, or is it live?
Yeah. No, it's in a PR.
Okay, great.
Okay. Mostly on Thursday, mostly I worked on Acumatica, these Acumatica updates, and because there's a couple things that were tricky, but got through all that, and I've done some test invoices and had Nick look at them just to make sure they were looking the way he expected, and he likes how it looks. So I'm just creating a pull request and adding some screenshots, and then also
Are they for Gilded Swan ATP?
the tests. Yes,
Yeah.
is that actually creating
Okay.
notifications or something?
Well, it created 3 invoices in Acumatica, and Leo was like, "We need to delete these. I don't know why they're here."
Oh, I thought about saying something to her, but I didn't know. I didn't think she
I
would
just
just
had-
happen to be in Acumatica before I deleted them.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I just said, so you might want to follow up with her today, because I said you might have to ask Jamie and Nick, because I don't know what the deletion process is in Acumatica.
yeah. Select it and hit delete button, but yeah,
Is it? I
Yeah.
honestly couldn't find it.
yeah.
So, but I also,
It's a little weird,
I
but
didn't want to delete because I don't.
because just in case.
The financial system, and so like I don't.
Yes.
I don't delete.
Yeah.
Out of that. So
Yeah, I would be the same way, except that I created
So-
these. So
right.
And
so you can
there's-
just let her know that you can that you'll delete them. She was just curious.
Yep.
She didn't know why they were there. So
yeah,
I kind of had a suspicion that you were probably just using them for testing. So
yeah.
I just said
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't mean to leave any over the weekend there,
Mm.
but yeah. Now there's new ones. I've created a bunch more and deleted them and added more because I forgot to add screenshots. But anyway, I'll let her know.
Yeah, no worries. Just follow up with her if you would. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Hmm. Yeah, and there was other stuff like the medias I worked with Scotty on Friday or Thursday, and that's all I remember. But that's it for me.
For me, excuse me, worked on mostly PR review and trying to understand. We released a whole bunch of stuff last week for the inversion of control. The first 8 PRs, I think. Friday, Dan joined us for stand up, and we went over it for a couple hours. So I think Mario's AI thingy was in there. Okay. So if you guys want to take a watch of that, it's probably would be good. I think he wanted to come back once we're all together.
Yeah.
I got an email
Yeah.
from it. I don't know.
Did. Yeah, because you're probably. Oh, it was just normal stand up.
Yeah, just normal.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so it was.
Yeah.
You said Mario's note taker, so I was like, oh, what? I didn't see what.
Yeah,
it
because
meant.
yours wasn't in there.
Oh,
But Mario's was.
I got-
when you were gone, we were getting stuff from Mario's, not yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what that was exactly, or maybe that was yours. And
oh, I'll bet because when I went out of office, it took all of the items off my calendar, and so that's probably why. So thanks for recording those, Mario. I appreciate it because that was helpful. Because I saw the notes come through and I was reading through them, so that was good.
Except for you saw my crazy outburst that one day.
Yeah, boy, Gotti went off the handle, went off the rails.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
You were there.
We all apparently missed it, but it recorded it transcribed something
And I definitely did not say it.
that he did not say.
Oh, I see.
I'm just listening at like 3x and going through the transcript and reading it. I was like, wait, I didn't hear that.
That
Drops
is
an F-bomb on one of their stand-ups, according to AI. So.
Okay.
Good conversation.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so if you guys want to go through that, it would probably be
Yeah, I'll do
good.
that one.
I do believe he wanted to come back. He was just getting everybody started. Anybody that would need to know when we start building new like plugins and stuff, the new way of doing it, and kind of where we're headed. And then that's where those couple things on dev where he talks a little bit about those, the plans for different things. And so if everybody could take a look at those, I've lost them now. Oh, feedback, yeah, his feedback threads, and look at the plan that he worked with Claude on, and he just wanted feedback on that. So that would be good as well. And then I worked a little bit on cutting planning. Sebastian and I came up with, I think, a good plan for adding the planning tasks. So I'm going to work on that today. Get that working. So that's it for me.
Okay, today's just going to be catch up completely. There's so much happened last week. I tried to keep up on the stand-ups at least, so I could, if there's something that I needed to provide input on, I could. But I haven't gotten to Fridays yet because that wasn't. Yeah, I just haven't gotten that. So I will check that one out. I did listen to Troy's recording of our new product meeting, but it seems like it only got his half. Did we record it? Did you record it, Rebecca?
I don't think we
for
have.
the other things?
I think Rebecca brought that up.
I
don't
couldn't
think
I
we
couldn't
have
figure
it.
out how to log in on my phone fast enough
Oh,
for
okay.
the meeting.
Yeah, you can just do an audio recording, and then
Oh,
upload
like
it
I did.
afterwards.
Okay, next time I'll do that if I.
But anyway, not a big deal. It's just I was just looking because it seemed like I only caught the section where he recorded of just his stuff. So it sounds like Printify is on their way. We're having similar conversations still, but it sounds like we're still waiting on them about the shipping. Do we have any update on where we are, what we're going to do for shipping?
No, I mean, last I heard, so I met with Troy and Charlie last week, and it did sound like, in general, I mean, we'll see how things go, but Charlie was of the opinion, too, that they've got to figure out their side on the PDF. But before we even move forward, he was like, yeah, we got to figure out what they're doing with shipping, because I don't want that to end up being a blocker after we've done a whole bunch of work, and
Agreed.
we can't go forward. So
If they haven't, I mean, because the ideal thing is if they're going to ship DHL, it would be best if they just ship DHL on their account so that we get our manifest when we do it with everything
Yeah.
else.
And that's what I pitched to Charlie, and he agreed with it. So,
Okay. So that's what we're trying to get them to
so
do.
that's
We're waiting
what
on a meeting.
we're trying to get a meeting together because Charlie told Troy, he was like, "You got to get this as soon as possible because because when I went into him, I was just like, hey, I just want you to know it's getting to a point where we're putting a fair amount of time and energy into this Printify thing, and I don't know where the line gets drawn, like where we want to keep fixing everything for them because they don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And I go, obviously that's your decision, Charlie, but it is getting expensive at this point. So just know that. And so,
Yeah.
so we had a good conversation about that, and that's when he was like, well, we got to get this shipping thing figured out, because I don't want to keep going down the road on this if we can't figure it out. So we'll see where that goes.
Okay,
But
great.
anyway, that's what happened with that. And thank you, by the way. I saw you answered a couple questions on the multi-page thing that
I just wanted to keep it going. I didn't want to
yeah,
have it
Troy had
delayed.
asked me, and I wouldn't have known the answer to, so I appreciate you chiming in on that. Okay, real quick before we go to our stand-up list, I'm just going to share this just so you guys can see it easier. Charlie had asked to be removed from this. Do we know? I'm just trying to figure out
Can't see
what.
your screen yet.
Oh, you see
Should be
it?
there now. Or I can see it.
You see it now, Ryan?
Yeah.
Another guest books?
Looks like it. I'll bet Charlie's a salesperson on one of those on Luna Paper. Let's see, Central Partner Luna Paper Co. Oh, the sales rep is House. So we'll have
Now-
to look and see who the House account is, and if that's because I think it's set up to automatically email the account manager and the sales rep.
Yeah,
So
I
we'll just
bet
have to dig
he.
into that.
And I think he might be the house account. I think that makes sense, that they might have had him set up that way. So, anyways, I'll
we
put it
don't
in a
really have
story.
a way. We don't have really a good way of saying don't send to some salespeople. We can do don't send to any salespeople, or we can change the house account to be a different email address.
Yeah, I
But
think that's what it's.
I don't know.
But
I
I'll
don't know
ask
what
him.
else that's going to affect.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering if we can determine if this is just like a house account and he's listed as the house account. Maybe we'll have it go to somebody else. Maybe he wants to have someone else's name put on the house account. Anyways, I'll ask him about it, but let's see if we can find out if that's where it's coming from. And then we'll go from there. But I agree. I think that it would be hard to just try to exclude it, but I'm wondering if we can find out where it's coming from. And you said that it's a house account. I do think that Charlie is listed as the house account, so we may just need to move
We
that
just
there.
distributed all those house accounts amongst the developers. And then
Yeah, 'cause we
start
want
getting a
people-
sales check, right? We just want to.
Yeah, okay.
I can take the emails and get a sales check.
Okay.
Commission. Yeah.
I will, yeah, I volunteer as tribute. I will get all the emails. I'll watch them real good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put a story in for this, and then to just see if we can figure
It
out
doesn't
what
need
we
to be
need.
stored.
Oh.
Is just assign the ticket.
Okay,
Forward it. Create a ticket. Forward it to
I'll
the
create
ticket and assign it over, and I can take a look and see if we can find out where
Okay.
it is.
I will take care of that then. Do we have anything else in our stand up for today? While you're doing it, while you're setting that up, I just wanted to talk a little bit about priorities, make sure that we're on the same page. We met with Tara last week. I think it was just Rebecca and Scotty and I did. And I also met with Charlie. He brought up the same thing and kind of the goal that they want us to be pushing towards. And I think that we are doing this, but I just wanted to bring it up anyways. Is we want to continue to get all the workstations down on the floor set up to be collecting data, so then we can start plugging in the dashboards that Sebastian had done. But the first step is we've got to get everything collecting data. So I know we talked about, Tara said the next areas to do is everything that was Gerardo's areas. So that's 3-knife printing, it's cutting, it's I guess, no, not casing in, the sewing machine. Anyways, there's several areas down there. And my understanding from you, Rebecca, is that you were setting up the workstations on that. Is that correct?
I
Or-
already had, I think I've already done it on the back end. I just need to go down and assign them.
Okay. So we just need to do that, and then I think that there is potentially like a hardware issue, right? Like if they don't have their tablets or something like that, we just need to verify that and have Paul set it up.
Yeah.
Is that
They have
correct?
to have a scanner. No, not a tablet scanner. Yeah,
Okay.
and Gerardo is on top of that.
Okay. So
I can
he's-
go down and check with them on.
Yeah, maybe you and I can walk down afterwards. I just want to make sure. That was brought up to me several times in the last week, so I know that that's kind of their expectation. So I want to work towards that, and then once we get those in there, then we can start plugging them into the dashboards and keep that project moving. And then the other thing is that I would like to try to get started on, but I wanted to get Ryan and Sebastian and Scotty and everybody's just your opinion on it is the next probably big one that's like pretty important is the new Vendit solution. And I know we've had a conversation, and I know Ryan, you've been swamped with other stuff, and we haven't really had a chance to kind of put a design on it and how we want to build it up. I sent over like our notes from the day that we discussed it to Sebastian so he could review it, but I know that he had lots of questions, and I don't know that it's ready to start work, but I want to start thinking about what we need to do to get moving on that one, because that will be a big deal in the next couple of months. I want to make sure it's working well. So I don't know what would be easiest for that, Ryan. Is that something that you need just have some time where you can focus on it, or is that something that you wanted to meet with like the group
I
and
don't
we
know
can
how
talk about it?
I'm not going to get to that this week. I can't see how it's going to be very helpful. I mean, I can try, but I mean,
I don't necessarily mean it needs
Yeah.
to be this
no,
week
no.
or
I'm just
or
thinking.
even next, but
Well, it has to be. We've got to get started on it if we're
Yeah,
going to
I know.
have this done by Q4. We do need to start on it right now. The hard thing is that I feel like we are out of the loop on everything vended. All the vending conversations are happening without us. So I don't know what we need to plan because I don't know what we need to build. I mean, we do have that conversation that we had, but I think really what we need is we need the people, we need Jamie, we need Dan, maybe just them two, because they're the ones that have kind of been driving this vended. And I don't know what their plans are for vended this year, if it's going to be any different or, I don't know. I mean, we can.
It's going to be different in that Tara is going to be handling it now instead of Jamie, but I don't know what that entails.
Well, she's handing it over to, I think Tucker and Tony are going to be managing the tool.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm-
That's fine, but we need the brain. Yeah, I guess I feel like I don't know. With Sebastian, with what you reviewed, do you feel like you have what I don't remember a lot about it. I just remember at the end of it there were a lot of open-ended questions that I wasn't sure how we were
Yeah.
going to do these.
There was just one big conclusion. I seen that meeting. There was a lot of things in your head and Dan's head that was not verbalized there. So I don't know what's that actually. But at the very end, you all concluded that we need to split this into chunks, and this need to be an iterative process. So maybe there's no reason for to know right now what the end goal is, but
Okay.
we need to start
laying some
developing
groundwork.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe I
groundwork,
just
and
need to
then
review the
let
notes then first. Maybe
yeah,
that'll
let the
refresh my
plan
memory.
deviate naturally, and then we
Yeah.
will adjust. But I don't know what those chunks actually are.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, maybe I know that it's going to probably take you a day or two just to catch up, and then I know you're out next week again. So, but if you get an hour to review the notes, maybe later this week during stand-up, we can just have an internal conversation and then at least kind of get a direction or
Okay.
where we want to go.
Then what we're interpreting this to mean is that they've given us information. We are just going to build what we want without any of their input, and then we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, when I talked to them yesterday, or I talked to Jamie.
Okay.
I talked to I talked to the whole executive team, but I was specifically talking to Jamie, and she felt like, oh well, when we met, Ryan and I were on the same page. We both understood what we were doing. So I took that to mean that maybe she had a conversation, you guys had a clearer picture in mind, but maybe you don't have that
Yeah.
yet. And
well,
so,
yeah, so maybe we did at the end of that meeting, but I don't
and
remember.
then some weeks have passed, and
Yeah.
And that's why I was just
Okay.
thinking, maybe if you have an opportunity to just review it in the next couple of days, and then we can have an
Yep,
internal
I'll do that.
conversation, and then we'll go from there. And I just wanted to bring it up because I'm exactly like you. Like time can get by us really quick if we're not careful on
Yep.
this. And so, so I just wanted to start the conversation, and then if we could maybe have a internal meeting this week, then I can set up some stuff for when you get back and bring the team back together, and we'll.
If
go
anything,
over
then,
more, but-
then if anything, what I'll plan to do is I'll review it. I'll talk to Sebastian with anything I do, and maybe he'll take over the design and just do and sketch it out. And I would at least
Yeah.
run it by both Dan and her to make sure we're on this, that we are building the right thing.
Yeah, and that would
before we
that's
start
actually I really like that plan. I know that Sebastian was kind of in a spot where you're looking for a new project to kind of get into, or at least that's what you were saying last week, right?
Yeah.
And so maybe if we could hand that, maybe you could go through it and then we can hand it off to Sebastian and then we can kind of work through it that way.
but honestly, that conversation sounded like a second part of a conversation. I
Yeah.
lost the first season.
Right.
Right. So I cannot take.
I'll review
anything
it.
From
I'll review
from
it, and
there.
then we'll have a call and we'll go through.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant, Sebastian, is that once
Right.
Ryan, he could talk to you and then we'll pick it up, and if we need to go get Jamie or Dan back together, we'll do that. But that way we can not rely on just Ryan to do it while he's trying to figure this other stuff out too. So,
Yep. Sounds good.
okay. And I think that just for a little bit of context too, it just seems like the last month or so, there's just been a lot of like office stuff, like with new customers and that he's been in. So that would help if you could take that over. But
Mhm.
I realize that there's a little bit of knowledge transfer that has to happen first. Okay, what do we got on the stand-up list?
Well, this one was.
I noticed we do need a new sprint for this next
Oh,
week.
okay, I'll get that
That's
going.
something to note. Okay.
I think this was what Mario was talking about that he had been looking at, but was maybe needing to talk to Chuck. Maybe needed some clarification. I'm not quite sure.
Yep.
Mario, you said that you couldn't you couldn't reproduce I'm assuming scenario 2, where it was failing.
Yeah,
It would be
exactly.
really hard. Yeah, that would be really hard to duplicate, I think, because it has to do with scanning. Unless you have a scanner.
Yeah, I have a
I
scanner.
don't
Yeah.
think you. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see. Scan item with quantity to show.
What I understand is taking a batch with one item with two quantity. Right? I did exactly that, but in my case was working.
Okay.
I think as expected, but I need to review because there is two paths in the code. One is for shelving and one is for staging, right?
Okay. And it could be.
I think what I need to investigate is if when we manually changed the number, there is in the code there is two possible paths. One is staging without shelving, and the other path is staging with shelving.
Oh. So I might have to go
That's
find out.
also these files weren't touched in a long time, so always was this behavior before.
Yeah. Right.
So
Mhm.
I don't know if this is a
Yeah.
bug, a latent bug from years
Yeah,
ago.
I think it's a bug, but I think it's been happening a long time. It seems like it seems like it's not necessarily a new thing.
Maybe we need to force the shelving before stage. I think there is no such a thing
Yeah.
that a stage without shelving or with an unneeded shelving. I will take a clear note and I will put in the story so that you can check it.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll have to go down again and make sure what's actually happening. I thought it was shelving, but it might be staging, or like what you're saying. So I'd have to go back down and talk to them again
Mm-hmm.
to know exactly.
Because when you touch manually things, it
Mhm.
follow another path. That's
Yeah, that's what I figured was happening. Is somehow because you manually change the quantity, then it doesn't let you just scan the shelf because you went into a manual mode.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and
Maybe we need to determine
Yeah.
if that is a correct behavior or it's
yeah.
a bug. Right?
yeah, right. Hmm?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll find out again. And I'll get more information.
Excellent.
Um, Chuck, you added this one. Did you want to talk about it? You're muted.
Okay. So just when it's fairly common for something to happen, they ship the last item and then they need to void it, or they canceled some. No, anyway, there's a bunch of scenarios where they end up needing us to set the batch status back to whatever the status is that's not completed. And so I think we should just add changing that status back to the UI, and then it could just be done by Rebecca, or even if we have to do it, it's just makes sense to have the ability in the UI to change it, just set
Set
it
up
back.
the database.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. Do Ryan or Sebastian, Scotty, do
No, I
any
know
of you
we've got
guys think
stories
that?
in there to do that, and it just keeps getting pushed
Yeah.
off. So
Oh, really? Yeah. Kind of.
we've
Yeah,
talked
that
about
makes
this several
sense.
times.
Yeah.
And probably not just set batch back to not completed, but what about changing the status of it? Would that be useful too?
Just
Or
change the status. It could be.
Well, because there's two different things. I mean, we could change the status, but we could also change the completed. And what about cleaned? Do we
Yeah.
need to reset cleaned also?
Yeah. Do batches have a clean status? The cleaned. Let's see, batch.
I would guess so.
Yes, but I don't
I
know
can't
if
remember.
that happens after or in the same completion process. Right now, can we have a batch not cleaned and completed?
Yes, there's a time. Well, I don't know, but if what I want to make sure is if we mark a batch to not be completed, then it also needs to now not be cleaned because we're going to need
Oh.
it to get cleaned later on, right?
Yeah. True. Hmm.
So if anything, we just need to tighten that up too, so that if we set it back, then maybe we just reset the cleaned also.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then what marks it completed? Because what's going to keep it from just getting completed again right away?
I mean, time.
But that's like,
Yeah.
how often does it? I mean,
Yeah. It's not like a perfect solution, but is it worth?
well, so
Doing
what's
something
the
extra.
what's the point in us? What are we trying to do when we are marking the batch not complete? Basically, we need it to be able to ship again, right?
Yeah.
Because this is all for putting a reprint in.
Yeah, I think that if not all the time, it's usually the case.
So if there's a reprint in, then that will keep. I think that will keep a batch for. Well, no. That's not why we would need to reset a batch. Why do we need to set a batch to not be complete?
The last example was because they had somehow, what was the last example?
Well, last time,
They
but
had
it's not
to,
just this. The last time then it was because they canceled, well, or they, one of them I think was when they had canceled and accidentally canceled the wrong orders, so had to uncancel, which should be a rare scenario. But also Salema is the one usually coming up for it, and so it's, I believe that's for reprints. So yeah, it only needs to be, so we can set it back. If she's going to put a reprint in, that will keep it from going back. But like,
Well, but the reprint, you can put in a reprint for something. It doesn't. Reprints don't matter about batch unless you're trying to do a component
Oh.
reprint.
oh,
But why would you want to do a component reprint? At that point, I think you just need to put in a reprint. I don't know.
it might be.
We couldn't put
So-
in a reprint. I think we fixed that part where they weren't able to do the reprint because it was completed. Remember, we changed the logic on that to allow them as long as it wasn't
Sure,
in
yeah.
packaging.
So-
But
That was
that's
the last
but
one.
that's at the order level. So, I mean, why do we need to set a batch back? Because I know we did
Well, we
have a
couldn't put a
couple of
reprint
these.
batch in because the batch was completed.
Oh, so that's
A
why.
component reprint.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
why. And so we were undoing that so they could do it, but now they can do that on the reprint. So maybe this isn't as necessary.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we
Potentially.
need to wait for the next.
Because
If
it
it
did go
was just,
through
yeah,
a string
So
of
we
time
probably did fix it.
when it was
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
necessary because we were having this quite a bit.
Now,
I think
having
we
said,
fixed it.
I don't have a problem with us just doing this anyway for the next time. We just need to remember that if we do this, it's going to automatically mark itself complete the
Yeah.
next time the cleaner runs, or the next time the complete
Right.
batch process runs. So I just
Right.
don't know if there is. If we do this, we need to do the action right away. We can't send it back
Yes.
down to them and
Right.
take care of it in 45 minutes because by then
Right.
it's going to be reset again.
And that was what we had
Right.
to doing when we were doing it was
Yes.
I'd set it as back to not complete and then go do it immediately. Like we had to do that talk because of that.
Yeah,
So
had
then
to
is
be in
that-
communication.
So does that mean that so if we allow them to do that, so we have a button. This is just a question. Do we need to go through this? But it seems like because we don't do it very often, it's probably worth putting it in there. But in my mind, what we should do is the button reset a batch. It will move it. It'll mark it not complete, mark it not cleaned. But I think we should display a message saying, "Hey, this will happen, but whatever the process, however often, I don't know how long it runs. That's why it would be helpful.
Yeah.
Say the process that cleans these runs every blank. Make sure that the action is done before the cleaner happens again, or whatever, or the batch completed happens.
Yeah, I think that'd be
or
useful.
even, yeah, or even like if the cleaner runs before, yeah, if the cleaner runs before they can do, I don't know how you would say that.
Yeah, that's why I think we just
You-
give
you
them the
know.
information. Hey,
Yeah.
whatever
Does it-
this process is going to be undone at this time, or
Yeah.
whatever that period is.
Yeah,
whether it's 4
I
times
just
a
worry
day or
about-
every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Something
Okay.
there, so that when we do it, we have, and then the user ends up going and saying, "Hey, it's still marked completed." Then we know. I mean, it just helps us have the
Yeah.
information when we're doing it,
Right. Okay.
and I think that that's reasonable. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that sounds good.
What about
Then I think we leave the status alone because I don't think we really use the status. The only thing we would do if we wanted to set it back to something for some reason, but I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know when the last time is that I modified the status on a batch.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it makes sense to just you're setting the status back, but not saying that it's a status. Just say whatever button they click or whatever, it just sets it back to batch in production status, which is status 5. And maybe not even show the button unless it's status 6, which is batch completed.
Oh, so we're okay. So there's my bad. I thought there was a Boolean on there that was completed.
No, it's a
It's just a
status.
status
Other-
driven. Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a Boolean for clean. Is it Boolean?
For
I'm
clean.
sure it is.
And there's a date completed also.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Date completed, cleaned, and status. Because I thought we only went off date completed. So I'm not sure which
No, we
field
have
we're
to set
using.
the status.
Yeah.
We have to set the stats back to what, 5?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
batch
would
in
do that.
production.
I'd set the status to 5, undo date completed,
Yeah.
reset cleaned,
And mhm.
and send them a message saying that this process runs, the completion process runs whenever
Every
it does.
so often.
Periodically.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if it can be said kind of vaguely so that we're not, so we don't have a time in there that's gets updated, and then it's wrong. But
Yeah, because it's probably a scheduled task.
Or yeah, we
Yeah.
can even say something as vague as like
Yeah,
If-
periodically.
the batch is
Because-
periodically, or if the batch is completed when you try to do it, it ran, so you have to uncomplete it again. Or
Yeah,
something.
if you
know,
say-
kind of.
It runs every 6 hours, but you can potentially be on the last minute, right? And it will be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think we need to display any time there.
Yeah,
just
I think it
something that
would be
indicates
helpful to
that.
know if it's every 10 minutes or if it's 6 hours. I mean, that is a big difference.
I think
Um,
it's like 5 minutes or 15.
That's what I
minutes.
thought.
It's
I thought it was
short.
like 5 minutes. I thought it
Yeah,
was
it's really short.
it might be.
Oh yeah, it will be soon.
The
It
cleaner
goes
runs
back.
every 6 hours, but the completion part does run really quickly. So that's why.
Yeah.
I think
Would it be
like every
publishing
5
clean
minutes.
domain events? Yeah, publishing
No.
clean domain events.
No.
That's domain events. I just
Yeah,
looked for the
it's a
word
different
clean,
thing.
and that's not. Do I see?
It's a
Oh, it's
scheduled
probably
task.
not. It's not in recurring jobs. It's in.
No, it's a scheduled task. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's still a scheduled task. Just a task.
Complete batches every 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I know it happens a lot.
so we can
What's
start with
the-
this, and if that ends up not working, then we're going to need to find a way to keep it marked so that it doesn't autocomplete gives you a little bit more time, but I don't know how we do that. So
Yeah.
I think this is a good step. This is easy to do. If this doesn't work, then we're going to have to think
Evaluate.
through a way of
Yeah.
how we modify the batch completer to not touch these
Yeah.
for a period of time.
What
Mhm.
about story point size on this? You just said that it might be relatively easy. Is this like a small, or is it bigger than that, or?
That's a extra
It's-
small.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd
I'm
agree.
open to anything.
Okay, and then if it doesn't work exactly, then we'll have to look at a different
Like-
solution for it.
Like just if it's not good enough, then yeah. Like if
Yeah.
they're always having to come back because it
Disambiguation.
completed before they could do whatever.
Disambiguation.
Yeah, you can take that one above it that's in code review and take it out of stand up, and the holds you can take. Well, why do we have something on hold and in stand up? There must have been a reason why we did that, but
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just talked about that one. It's Tara.
in the active one you can take
I didn't
that one
put it
off.
in.
Oh well,
Well, this one, do you want it still here in stand-up, Chuck? Because you were going to get more information.
yeah. Yeah, because we should probably talk about it again after I talk to them.
okay. Well, it doesn't. It shouldn't be
I
in
don't know.
stand up. It's in the current.
Oh.
Put it in the current iteration,
Yeah, and then we'll just
and then
we'll get that figured out. I
When-
can just talk to Mario after
Okay.
I talk to them.
And then just if you need to bring it back up for the team, you can, but it probably doesn't need to be in that stand-up list.
I added a couple things that we discussed with Tara. For warehouse picking, they only want to keep Danique and Papier.
Yeah, that list that they wanted keeps getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, pretty soon it's gonna be like,
We're not gonna do
why
any
did
of it anymore.
we
Why
did
we add
all
this
of
at
this
all?
all of this code for this? Okay.
And then she acknowledged that though, for
She's
whatever
like, it
that's
didn't
worth.
work
She was like,
the way that we thought.
we thought it was going to do something and it doesn't do that. So now we're just trying to get it down to just this. And I'm like, okay. So I don't, it sounds like to just, is that a relatively small, does this need a discussion on it, or what would need to happen to just exclude everything except just those two things?
I'm not sure I understand. This is the notebooks and having the guts being its own component.
Yeah, remember that
Yeah.
that pick list that you and Chuck both
Yeah.
worked on it, and they
We-
just
we-
all
Yeah, we simplify that to some binding types only, and now we need to again add more complexity to exclude
Only if you need
partners.
PPA.
So now it's
Yeah.
at the partner level. Yeah, so
And-
could you just redo that whole
Probably.
thing?
Yeah, probably isn't super hard, but
Well, they
Yeah,
were,
no,
and
but-
she was like, you can
Hmm.
just, the only products you need to keep are from Danique and Papier.
okay.
Yeah.
So if it's
So-
easier to just.
They
do-
might
So
share.
however we're doing our lookup, we can just filter it out if it's to
Yeah.
only be Danique and Papier
Yeah,
products.
so I don't know if you change it to work by partner. I'd keep it by
Yeah.
product, but
Yeah, and then just filter it.
we have to filter out all the products.
And
Yeah.
we could always, yeah.
Yeah,
Do some
So,
of the
I mean-
Papier ones, don't they, don't we use some of those for other partners? Or am I confusing
Um,
that?
Like
I don't
the
know about
blocks.
Papier. I don't think so. I think Papier and Danique, theirs are actually unique to them.
Okay.
WTF, then we use for others, but that didn't used to. But I think that both of theirs are unique and actually have, yeah, pretty proprietary stuff in them.
So for this one, then we would have to just go through and the product list that we're picking up and remove
There's
any
no-
product.
yeah.
We could
There's
filter
no
it pretty
product list
easy,
right
yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I mean. We simplified it to be with nothing hard coded. It's binding type, check only. So now we will need to again hard code at least the partner and say, okay, those binding types as long as they are the Nico Papier, right? That's
Yeah.
that's the rule.
yeah.
We could potentially have like a partner modifier or whatever, but it might be, this might not be,
Yeah.
probably isn't something we're going to change too much. Could probably just be hard coded so we don't have complexity of having to look that up.
Yeah. So, so it sounds like the consensus is to hard code the, that it has to be the binding type plus the partner, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it is the simplest, but I don't know that. We normally, if we have to hard code something at import level or file process level, we do, but at batching time, we try to avoid that.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Ryan?
True.
Yeah, maybe. And modifiers is hard to maintain as well, not from the code
Mhm.
perspective, but from the product setup.
I would just have it be hard coded for partner until they figure out exactly what they're going to do. I think we just do the quickest way possible, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
agree.
anybody's got a good idea of what this is going to look like in the end. So let's just
Yeah.
hard code it.
I mean, it almost feels
I mean,
like
it's-
at some point they're just going to tell us to pull it out because it doesn't work. But
Yeah, that means any Danique, I don't know if possibly they already would batch separately anyway, but yeah. So those won't be able to batch with anything else, but
what about the story size for this one?
Maybe this is an XXS.
Okay, to just do the hardcore. So just do an
Yeah.
excess on that one.
XX. X. XNS.
Ooh, double Xer, huh?
Yay!
That's the nice things about hardcoding.
You just put
Yeah,
it in
it's
there
one
in the
li- yeah.
code.
It can create
Yeah.
a lot of headache for us later on,
Yep.
but
Yeah,
But easy to do.
Right, but yeah.
yeah.
Yay! So we talked about this one. I'm not sure if it needs a story request or if it's something that I'm gonna be able to do just with like process maps, but they want case making to need its own cover labeling step, where it prints like at the case making printer.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Instead of right now, case making and perfect binding, for cover labeling, they all print in perfect
That's
binding.
terrible.
Yeah, and they then have to go.
Losing it, and there's fighting about it, and
They can't.
Is there so is there just another cover labeler that's the same that
we
it's going to be used
all
for?
things go through cover labeling. At all covers get labeled. Wait, nah, I'm not following. All of our covers go through the same machines. I mean, they have
Yeah.
the Pineberry back there. They hard cover, soft cover doesn't matter. They
Yeah, and
feed
it
through.
doesn't care because it doesn't have
Doesn't
any it doesn't
Why
have
do-
any
why can't-
backer attached yet.
So I'm missing something.
Yeah.
She was saying that
Who?
Tara.
Tara.
Good
Okay.
call.
Yeah,
Tara
yeah.
was saying that perfect binding and case making are using the same cover label printer right now, and they don't want to
Why?
because they're
they're fighting each other.
But why does it matter?
I guess
Well,
they.
it doesn't matter. Like it's not a technical thing; it's a people thing.
So
and I mean, I think it seemed like to me like
What's that?
she was
Play
tired
nice.
of.
Tell them to play nice.
Exactly.
do we have
honestly,
Share.
like yes, that was like
Let's get Mr. Rogers out here.
do we have a second one, and so it's
Is
like
it-
she
it's
said
a way to
there
separate
was another
because we
one.
might as well.
You said there was a separate one there.
Is it?
a separate
Is this for
printer.
something? Like, is this for something totally different? Is this not for? Is this for like the pre-pick labels? Like where they have to pick for a partner?
I have to probably need to.
We'd have to follow up
Just
with her
talk.
on that.
We have,
because
yeah.
She didn't
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, let's-
She didn't say that.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know enough from this story to know what we're trying to do. This needs more context.
Romeo's family doesn't like Juliet's family.
Well, I
They don't
think
wanna
that
see- they don't want to see each other at the water cooler anymore.
yeah, I think that this was the
I
impression
really
I
don't
got from
think-
Tara is that they are they're going over there and like they're losing them and they're not getting to the right people and then they're accusing people and she's just like, I'm so tired of this. I don't want to fight them anymore. Was that essentially what you
That's
guys
kind of how I
confirmed
felt.
too?
That's why I was like kind of confusing because it doesn't sound like it's anything other than a people issue.
Then she's tired
Well,
of
but there's got to be a
fighting it.
process that we have to change too.
Yeah.
Because I've got it, but I need to
Yes.
understand because I really
So we
don't
gotta
think
make
they
sure-
want. They don't want to label all of their covers by hand. I think they're going to want to use the Pineberry when.
And we only have one of those.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
possibly.
we only have one
Oh,
Pineberry.
Okay.
So I don't.
Possibly they're talking
that-
about the pre-pick label. Or
Yeah,
something else.
maybe.
I did
I think that is what they're talking about. I don't think they want a different. I think it was like paper. They just wanted the paperwork printed separately.
No, it's-
Oh, they want paperwork different?
No,
I'm
it's
really
cover
confused.
labeling. I believe it was cover labeling specifically.
Yeah.
No, I know it's for cover labeling, but to Ryan's point, we only have one cover labeling, and I think they always have to go back to that point. I think it's the paperwork that they're taking over there that they're
Coming
fighting
out of the same
about.
printer.
Yes, and so
Oh.
I don't think they're talking about the cover labeler.
Oh, it's just the step being called
They
something
want the
different.
paperwork printed.
want the
at
paperwork.
different.
Printed in their area so that they're not getting them mixed up and
What
lost.
paperwork
and-
prints at the case make?
Oh,
Area?
I don't know. I
see,
don't
that's
know
what
how
I don't
any
know.
of this goes. I was just listening, and
So I would
Yeah.
follow up with Tara on that.
Yeah,
because
we'll
I think
follow
you're
up.
Probably right.
yeah, we'll go and get better information. I just wasn't
Yeah.
sure how that worked. And it seemed to me, but that was in my head, and what made sense in my head was, oh, I guess they get paperwork
more
that they
sense,
take over
because-
to the cover labeler, and they want the paperwork printed, but maybe
I was
that's not
thinking,
true.
The whole time I was thinking, well, if we have 2 of them, why are we not using one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that doesn't.
Yeah, I'll get a little
We'll
better
get more-
clarification on what she meant on that.
Yep.
So you can leave that one in. Scale out the numbers.
Did we want to talk about this one, Scotty? Show matching batch on stage UI? You're muted.
We've already talked about this
Indeed.
a few times, I think.
Okay, so it doesn't need to be in stand-up?
I don't think so. This is what we talked about, specifically with Sebastian, the stuff he was working on with being able to stage to bins and stuff. It was part of that shelving.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
But
So
then,
this is just
didn't we completely change that? Or,
well, this was the when we were talking about that, but
This is. Did you go down with us to this one, Scotty? I don't think you did.
no,
No,
They
it's
don't
just you
want
and
this
Chuck.
anymore.
yeah, they don't want
Oh, they
this
don't
anymore.
want this. Oh, really?
No, remember
No.
this is what we sat. This is what we talked
Uh-huh.
to them about.
Yeah.
They don't want it to because
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna
No,
delete
either.
And I
this.
thought we had some other shoot.
Now I'm like, oh no, do we
What
have
did
something?
What did we put in some stories for what we talked about?
But you're talking about when we went down and
Did
talked
we?
to Isaac and
Yeah, yeah,
Dilemma.
yeah.
But there was another idea, and you don't remember.
Well, so the reason is that the people that are staging something to a bin, they're not going to know that when they stage it to packaging, they're staging it just to a packaging cart over in Perfect Binding or somewhere else, and then they roll the cart over to. And so I thought we talked about building a page that was going to show them.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did talk
But I
about
don't
that, but
remember
now
what
I
it
don't
was.
remember what it was. And we failed to write our notes down, or I did, too.
So did I. I mean,
Yeah, we all did, but
shame,
shame,
shame.
shame.
I think I wrote
Um,
some notes, but I was like, Ryan understands this the best.
Well, I think that the
to
point is
follow
that
up.
what we need, yeah, we all
Okay,
need
let me-
to do better on getting it written down and not expecting that somebody is doing something.
Yeah.
It's like when I was an EMT, they always say, don't ever shout out, call 911.
No.
You need to,
They-
You
this-
call
You
911.
do this.
but do we have something? Is there something in there already?
No, at least I didn't put it in.
well, and maybe we need to bring Isaac back up and talk to him again.
Wait.
Forgotten.
Build a page. Wow, I have really, really bad notes on this. Or they also said, oh yeah, build as page, so kind of like a pick list, like
Yep.
they have in, what is that? What Scotty did, was that case making?
No, they referred to a page that finds. They referred to the page that we have that shows orders that are in multiple shelves. So this is a page we built so that because when they shelve something, it may not fit in the shelf, so they can put it on a different shelf. And then they have a system with an email that fires off once a day. It says, "Hey, these orders are complete across multiple shelves. You need to go pick them." And I think so. They talked about instead of having just the email, just having a page that lets them see
Real time,
any batches that are staged in
multiple locations.
packaging. It has to be staged in packaging that have matching batches. we need to be able to see the matching batches and where they are.
Yes.
And if all of them are in one area, then we need to highlight it at the top so that they can then go grab
So-
those 2 batches and
Get them out.
put them together or do whatever they want. Do what they need to.
I had these 2 sentences in notes. If there's a batch in packaging with matching batches, include it. Include if batches due that day.
Oh yeah, they did want a due date.
And did they say they wanted the ability to filter the list?
They did, but I don't know what they
But-
would filter to.
Yeah, that's what I have a,
And I don't think they really knew either. I think they'll just have to
Yeah.
we'll just build this page first and they'll just do a control F.
yeah.
Or I don't know. And then we'll see, then we'll build from there. Because I don't think it's going to work really well as a grid because we need to show multiple batches. We need to show each of the batches that belong to the matching batches and where they are. So I don't know that a grid works really well for that.
Does any of this make sense, Sebastian?
Or Mario, Chuck. I think.
It's coming back to me, but that doesn't help.
Well, I mean, I think Ryan hit it on the head. What we need is a page that shows the batches and what matching batches they have and where they're at, and then filter the ones that have all of the components complete to the top so that they can manage them. Easier said than done, though.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
but in a
matching
nut,
still, we're talking mostly about like the CEPS style batches, right? Like
Right,
yeah.
bookmarks,
Just these batches that
books.
have.
That makes sense to me.
yeah, I mean, like in the simplest terms, it's just we want to find things that have matching batches on them, and then show where they are, where everything is in that matching batch.
It's like a pop-up in the UI showing the batches, the batches.
No, I think it would
Nope,
be its
it's
own
just a-
page.
Oh, just a page, like a page that you can fill out, you can search on.
Yeah, it'd be like matching batches report. I mean, it'd probably maybe be in the reports page. I don't know exactly where we would put it, and they'd click on it, and it would just show everything.
I see.
And then we would filter by maybe the first thing
No,
we filter by.
not filtered. You're not filtering. You'd be sorting.
Sorting.
We're not going to build any filtering into this where
Yeah.
it allows you to change.
So it's
So
more
you'd
like a
sort-
report.
Yeah,
Just a single
kinda.
flat page report. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you would want to run everything to the top that has all of their components in shelving. Is that what you were saying?
No.
This is staged. So, for example,
These
like
are batches
Sebastian,
that are staged
the ones
to
that
packaging.
they've staged in a bin and then staged that bin to a cart. Right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter where it was staged. But if it's staged,
It would show it.
if a batch is staged in packaging, it's going to show where it is and where all of the other matching batches are. So they can see this one has matching batches, but the matching batches, the cards are still way back in cutting. I've got the books. We're waiting on the cards still. Then once the cards get staged to cart A and the bookmarks get staged to cart B, now that report will show A and B. They're both in packaging. This is now ready for you to go grab and process.
Yeah. That was a better way to say it. Thank you. That was what I was trying to get out of my head. And then
But Scotty said that this is related to the work I've done with the nested bins. It's not related,
yeah.
actually, but there will
Yeah.
be conflicts. Are we soon to deploy that? That's been approved, I think, but hasn't been released yet. Maybe we need to move forward with that before start working on
Yes.
this one.
Sorry, I
because
thought that we were
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were going to, and then Dan came in and
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Bruce
gosh,
got-
so many pull requests now.
Yeah.
yeah.
No one
Oh,
warned
not-
you? So, Ryan, Dan
Nope.
got busy.
I know. I saw a
I
lot
was
of it
trying
coming
to-
through, but
I was
yeah.
trying
I
to-
thought somebody had warned you. I apologize.
was trying
No,
to
I saw
record
that there
the
was stuff coming
PRs.
through, but I thought we would have at least gotten some of those other ones out too. But
We
I got-
did.
I got
Yeah.
9 of his out.
He did.
He gave me 9 new ones last week.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. We were like, no,
Did
not
we-
while Ryan's gone.
The ones you've approved, I put out on Dev. I was actually going to release those on Friday.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're good to release those ones.
Okay.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do need to get the cart stuff out. So we
Okay.
need to do that before we can do this. So this just needs to hold until we get that other thing out.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, I think that we've gone over an hour today. Did anybody else have anything else they want to discuss today? I know it's hard when we have a lot of people out and Scotty's trying to do his job and do releasing, and it gets really difficult to do both.
No,
Dad kept giving me more stuff.
We were
Yeah,
trying,
no,
Ryan. Believe
no,
it or not.
He's like, okay, so are we gonna do some releases this week? Because I just added 11 more.
Yeah. It's like, so
And
I
that was on
just,
like Tuesday. I'm like, oh, cool.
I just am not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do anything this week except for pull
Yeah.
No.
requests. and
No, it's
deploys.
like, yeah. The ones that were at the bottom that were created by Dan, all but, so the migrate, obviously, I haven't done, and the update LF barcode for variable page count. Everything else has been on dev all weekend,
Okay.
and that you've already approved, and so
Yeah.
those are good to go out.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the IOC stuff, we were working
Which
through.
I don't even know what that is. Still, I've got to get up to speed on that first. So
Yeah, it looks like
okay.
Sebastian's approved 9, 10, and 11, so those are probably good. Oh, and 12.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm moving forward with those. I'm adding some comments. Most of them are ideas for potentially new pull requests or other things. Short story, it's well designed. This is all for dependency, have everything dependency injected, Ryan,
Yeah.
after all. So it's a step by step so that we can go and have everything deployed partially, even though we deploy 9 at a time.
Yeah.
and we maybe deploy another
5 or something.
8 simultaneously. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
A lot
just
of
for that.
monkeying around going on right now.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I guess we'll get to it then. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
see ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye.